What's up everyone, Lee Mustang here, coming at you with another Let's Play, this time in the form of Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3 for the PlayStation 2. I'll obviously be running it here on my PS3, and I want to apologize before I begin for not uploading anything in the past week. As you can hear in my voice, I've been a little sick, and I've also been reorganizing the area in which I do recordings, adding some new things to it. So that took a bit of time, and it took up more time than I thought it was going to, so I didn't really have any time to record. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into some Budokai Tenkaichi 3. This, in my opinion, is definitely the best of the trilogy. Hands down, the best. We got our usual suspects that have been working on this game. And man, this one has a lot of characters in it. I think of any Dragon Ball Z game that's been out to date, this game definitely has taken the spot for largest roster. I think it was something like over 150 characters. Well, let's go ahead and enjoy our little intro here. So we get some movie villains waiting for us. The intro was a little lackluster, I'm not gonna lie. I thought Tenkaichi 1 had a way better intro. That was probably the one redeeming quality it had. Those 3D models just look weird. This was such a weird pick to use Majin Buu as one of the villains. I would have expected Kid Buu. Yeah, we have no data on here, so let's go ahead and create it. So we got Dragon History, Ultimate Battle, Dragon World Tour, Dual Evolution Z, so that's a reoccurring thing. Ultimate Training, which we'll probably do first. Let's go take a look at Ultimate Training, see what's changed. So I'm still used to...
So you found out this was my secret base.
Oof. I found your secret base. I don't think I want to do that though. Battle training. Basics. Movement and dashing. Your fighter will move in the direction you push the left analog stick. When you and your opponent are close enough, you'll enter close combat mode. When this happens, movement works a little bit differently. Up moves you closer to your opponent, while down moves you further away. Use left and right to move around your opponent. Dashing. Use the left analog stick and the X button to dash in the desired direction. Use up X to dash towards your opponent. Step in and step evasion. If you press X while in close combat mode, a dash becomes a step in. While performing a step in, certain attacks become briefly invincible, allowing you to get the better of your opponent if your timing is good. If you press left, right, down, X while in close combat, you'll move in the direction you press using step evasion. However, this does not make you invincible as with the step in.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. The basics of attacking. My specialty, hand-to-hand fighting.
Alright.
That's training, right?
Press square while close to your opponent to launch a striking attack. Continuously tap square to launch a barrage of attacks. This is called the rush attack. Rush attacks are the most basic form of close combat. Rush finish. Press square square after the 5th hit in a rush attack. Then you can perform a rush finish. Continuously tap square to perform a basic barrage of attacks that can send enemies flying. If you're not used to it, you should battle with mainly rush finish. Smash attack. Hold square to charge up, then release square to attack with a powerful smash attack. Continue holding the button until your character's body flashes and the chargeful sound effect plays, to blow your opponent away with a full power smash attack. Launch this attack in any of 5 directions, up, down, left, or right. Movement to striking attack. Okay. Press square while jumping, ascending, or dashing to launch various types of striking attacks. Try this out under various conditions.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger.
I like how this is just pretty much
key-based attacks.
going through reading. Press triangle to fire energy blast. Continuously press triangle for a rush blast, a barrage of energy blast. Also, by holding down triangle to charge up, you can launch a smash blast. Movement to key blast. Press triangle while jumping, ascending, or dashing to fire various energy blasts. Try this out under various conditions. Key charge. Every energy blast allows you to attack from a distance, but they also consume ki. The yellow gauge in the upper left part of the screen indicates your ki. You can regain ki by performing a ki charge. Hold down L2 to perform a ki charge. Many other actions also consume ki. Wait for the right moment during battle to perform a ki charge.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. This is flight training. I'm secretly practicing, and I'm gonna surprise my dad. Hey!
Jumping and flying. When on the ground, press R1 to jump. Hold R1 while jumping to move around in the air. This is how you fly. Ascending and descending. While airborne, press R1 to ascend, and press R2 to descend. Rapid ascent, descent. Tap R1 twice in rapid succession to quickly ascend. Likewise, tap R2 twice to quickly descend. Note that rapid ascent and rapid descent use up your ki.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. Dragon Dash and Z Burst Dash are both high-speed movements. Hey!
Dragon Dash allows you to move even faster than standard dash, however it consumes ki. Okay, so we've done that a lot in Tenkaichi 2. Press L2 and X to perform a Dragon Dash. You can also press up, down, left, right at the same time to Dragon Dash in desired direction. While using Dragon Dash, you can break through rocks and other obstacles. Z Burst Dash. You can also press L2 and X during a Dragon Dash to perform a Z Burst Dash, moving even faster and moving around to your opponent's back. Used effectively, this allows you to avoid attacks and move in and close to your opponent. However, keep an eye on your ki gauge as it rises and falls. Striking attacks can also be used during a Dragon Dash or Z Burst.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. Dragon homing is essential in order. Right, let's do our best.
Dragon homing. The full power smash attack performed by pressing square can send your opponents flying. You can continue attacking your opponent using dragon homing. Press X immediately after a full power smash attack. To perform a Dragon Dash to pursue your opponent, this is dragon homing. Dragon Smash. Up, down, left, right, plus square during dragon homing. To perform a Dragon Smash to pursue your opponent and send them flying, remember this pattern. Square, X, square. Vanishing attack. Press up, down, left, right, and triangle immediately after a full power smash attack hits, to pursue your opponent at top speeds for a vanishing attack. Some fighters are unable to use vanishing attacks. Let's try it out. Select exit training in the pause menu to quit. Oh boy, now we get to pull out various Z swords.
Are you ready? Start practicing!
Okay, so it's a little bit different. Okay, so there's that. There's that. I wasn't doing what I needed to.
Come and get me.
That was just practicing. Alright. Interesting. Okay, I can go Super Saiyan. And I can transform back like the other game. Neat. So some of those combos still exist, it looks like. Alright, exit training. This game looks a little bit nicer too, if you notice.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. Right, let's do our best.
During a battle, your blast gauge will fill up with the passage of time. You can fill it up faster by doing things like deflecting energy blasts. When the blast gauge is completely filled, you gain a blast stock. When you have a blast stock, you can perform special moves that will give you an advantage. Max power mode. When your key gauge is full and you have at least one blast stock, you can hold L2, making a blue gauge appear above your key gauge. When the blue gauge is full, you'll enter max power mode. While in max power mode, smash attacks work differently. You can automatically fire energy blasts, and different fighters gain other special benefits. In this mode, the max power gauge will decrease over time. When the gauge is empty, max power mode ends.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. Defense is up. This is hey!
Guard. Almost said square. Hold circle to guard against enemy attacks. Press up and down while guarding to change the guard direction up or down. Certain attacks can only be defended against with an up guard or down guard. Guard is a basic, essential form of defense, but it has limits. Powerful attacks such as Blast 2 can damage you despite your guard. Also, sometimes you can be subject to a guard crush. Emergency Blaster Wave. The Emergency Blaster Wave is a way to forcibly avoid an opponent's attack. Press L1 quickly twice while being attacked when being blasted. This uses up some health and cannot be performed when health is too low.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. This is special technique training. Think right, let's do our best.
By expending a blast stock, you can use Blast 1. Each fighter has two different types of Blast 1, performed by pressing L2 and circle or L2 up and circle. Different types of Blast 1s use different quantities of blast stocks. Be sure to check your fighter's moves and how they work in skill list in the pause menu. Blast 1 Blast 1 is intended to be an auxiliary combat technique. Pay attention to your available blast stocks and try to use them effectively.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger.
So I guess the next one's going to be Blast 2.
Do great damage to your okay.
By expending Ki, you can use Blast 2. Each fighter has two different types of Blast 2, performed by pressing L2 and triangle or L2 up and triangle. Different types of Blast 2 use different quantities of Ki. Also, certain moves can allow for additional controller inputs. Be sure to check your fighter's moves and how they work in skill list in the pause menu. Blast 2 can cause a lot of damage to your opponent. However, since it uses a large amount of Ki, be careful of how you use it.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. You can use ultimate special attacks in max power mode. This training, right? Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. I heard that Saiyans can transform. I wonder if I'll be able to transform someday. Right, let's do our best. Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. In team battles, you can fight with a friend. If you're in trouble, you can tag team. Hey! Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. Well done, the easy training is complete. In team battles, you can fight with first. Next, select your training. Hey! Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. Deflecting key attacks, huh? This is essential, especially since I hate long-distance fighting. Okay. Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. To become a master, you need to move fast to evade special attacks. This training, right? right, I've gotten a little stronger. Throws are effective against opponents who are good at guarding. Try not to get hit, though. This training, right?
So it looks like I accidentally had unplugged my mic, but it's plugged in now, so hopefully you guys can hear me. So press XX while in close combat mode to grapple your opponent, and if successful, perform a throw attack. A throw will work even if the opponent is guarding, escaping throws. You cannot defend against throws by guarding, but you can evade a throw by pressing circle just before it lands. Once you've escaped an opponent's throw, try to counterattack right away.
Alright, I've got this is all about hand-to-hand combat. Use various techniques to make your attacks hard to read. This training, right?
Rush-based attacks. By pressing triangle during a strike rush attack, you can use various related attacks. For example, with Videl, you can enter square 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 triangle for a heavy finish. Square square triangle will bring out a flying kick. The type of move that results from triangle depends on which strike in the rush you were on. The type of rush-based action also depends on the fighter. For further details, look at the character's skill list in the pause menu. Most rush-based attacks allow you to hold down triangle to charge up and increase their overall power. Using rush-based attacks makes your attacks harder to read.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. The movements may look difficult, but if you remember them, you can improve your fighting ability. Okay.
So, press up and triangle during a rush attack. To use a lift strike and launch your opponent into the air, hold down up and triangle to charge up, and you can send them even higher. Ground slash. Press down and triangle during a rush attack to perform a ground slash, which knocks your opponent off their feet. If you hold down and triangle to charge, you can put them down for a longer amount of time. Naturally, you can only defend against a ground slash with a low guard. Both lift strike and ground slash can briefly immobilize your opponent when they're hit. But they differ in how they do so. If your opponent is immobilized, you'll have another chance to attack them. Decide which technique to use based on the situation at hand.
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. You can continue to juggle your opponent once you have lifted them into the air. Sounds
Excuse me.
very useful. Okay.
A lift strike up triangle during a rush attack lifts your opponents into the air. When this happens, you can pursue them and perform an aerial combo. Immediately after doing a lift strike, press X, and you'll use a homing jump to pursue them. Once you reach the same height as your opponent, rapidly press square. This will let you connect a rush attack, adding a series of attacks. If you instead press triangle after the homing jump, you'll perform an aerial heavy finish. After an aerial heavy finish, you can also add a rush attack. During an aerial combos rush, you can press triangle to knock your opponent to the ground. By using a throw X immediately after a homing jump, you can then use a rush attack with square, aerial heavy finish with triangle, or throw X to attack your opponent. Evading aerial combos. If you're launched into the air, press circle to avoid being hit in an aerial combo. Press up circle while in the air to perform an auto counter. This form of defense is available when your opponent is coming at you with a rush attack. You can evade with this technique if your opponent does a heavy finish or throw in the air. Evade an aerial heavy finish or throw by pressing down circle. Try to read what your opponent is trying to do and choose your defense accordingly. An aerial combo is a powerful barrage attack. Practice evasion until you can consistently defend against aerial combos. Let's try it. Oh boy. Oh, now I get to watch Goku eat and stack up plates apparently.
Are you ready? Start practice.
So what am I supposed to do? Continue task. View training content. During a rush attack, press up triangle for a lift strike. Oh, okay. If it hits, press X for a homing jump. Oh, I know how to do this already. This is what I've always done. Which isn't that, but... Oh, now I just continuously fly forward. Okay, I gotta get used to that again. So what they essentially want me to do is what I usually do. Let's see. It's pretty much that is what they want me to do. Except they want me. I was doing something fancy. They just want me to do this. Oh, and again, I'm used to pressing triangle. I just did what you wanted me to do. Why aren't you giving me the credit for it? Oh, because I'm not finishing with the triangle. There we go. Give me credit!
Alright, I've gotten a little stronger. There's even a way to go from drag.
How much
with
more is there?
energy and
Jeez.
there's even a way to go
Alright,
from
we'll
drag
continue
mode
this in
to
the next part,
pursuit.
guys. So, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Subscribe to my channel to help it grow. Click the little bell icon to be in the know. And I'll see you guys in the next part. Until then, take care.